boss fired me. So I took everything with me. I never thought I'd be the kind of person who'd go head-to-head with a boss. I've always been the type to keep my head down, do my job, and avoid conflict. But when your boss not only fires you unjustly, but humiliates you in front of everyone, you start thinking differently. And when I finally got my revenge, I didn't just take back my dignity, I took everything with me. I had worked at the company for nearly 6 years. 6 years of coming in early, staying late, fixing mistakes others made, and sacrificing weekends to meet impossible deadlines. I wasn't perfect, but I was loyal. I believed if I gave the company everything, it would reward me in return. That illusion shattered the day I met Richard, my new boss. He strutted into the office like he owned it, expensive suit, smug grin, and an ego bigger than the building itself. On his first day, he called a meeting and said, "From now on, things will run my way. If you can't keep up, there's the door." At first, I tried to stay on his good side. I volunteered for projects, delivered ahead of schedule, and even complimented him when he took credit for ideas that weren't his. But it didn't matter. Richard had already decided he didn't like me. Maybe it was because I had been there longer than him, or maybe because other people respected me more than they respected him. Whatever it was, he had a target on my back. It started small, snide remarks during meetings, forgetting to invite me to important discussions, assigning me impossible workloads. Then it escalated. He began spreading lies that I was sloppy, that I couldn't handle leadership. I confronted him once, asked why he was doing this, and he leaned in with a smirk and whispered, "Because I can." I should have gone to HR, but everyone knew HR danced to his tune. He played golf with the director every weekend. Complaining would have just sped up my downfall. So I kept quiet, waiting, hoping things would get better. They didn't. One Friday afternoon, just as the office was buzzing with weekend excitement, Richard called me into the conference room. I walked in to see not just him, but the entire team sitting there. My stomach sank. He cleared his throat and said loudly, "We need to address the elephant in the room. My name has been underperforming for months. I can't let dead weight drag this company down. So you're fired, effective immediately." The room went silent. My face burned as everyone stared. Fired? After 6 years of giving my blood, sweat, and tears? And to make it worse, he did it in front of everyone, like I was some kind of criminal. I packed my things in humiliation while Richard watched with a satisfied grin. "Don't let the door hit you on the way out," he said as I walked past. That was the moment something inside me snapped. If he wanted war, I was ready to burn the battlefield. See, Richard didn't know one very important detail. I was the backbone of that office. The systems, the files, the clients, they all ran through me. I had built the databases, maintained the client relationships, and even streamlined the workflow. Without me, Richard's shiny little empire would crumble. And that's exactly what I planned to make happen. Before I left, I calmly logged into my system one last time. Over the years, I had created backup copies of everything. Client lists, project files, financial records, all perfectly organized, all stored privately. Nothing illegal, just insurance. I also knew exactly how messy the company would get without me, because Richard had no clue how things actually ran. Over the next month, I watched from the outside as chaos unfolded. Deadlines were missed, clients grew restless, and Richard scrambled to take control. That's when I struck. I reached out to the top 3 clients, the ones who had relied on me personally. I explained politely that I was no longer with the company. I didn't badmouth Richard. I didn't have to. All I said was, "If you need someone who knows your accounts inside and out, I'd be happy to work with you independently." One by one, they left the company and came to me. Within weeks, I had built my own small business, fueled entirely by Richard's former clients. Meanwhile, word spread about his incompetence. With deadlines missed and revenue dropping, upper management started asking questions. The final blow came when a major client, worth millions, walked out because Richard failed to deliver. The executives had no choice but to cut him loose. He was escorted out of the same building he once ruled, his smug grin replaced with a pale, defeated stare. I didn't celebrate loudly. I didn't need to. My victory was in the silence, in the knowledge that I hadn't just survived. I had thrived. Richard fired me thinking he had won. But when I walked away, I didn't just take my dignity. I took everything with me. His clients, his credibility, and his crown. And for the first time in 6 years, I was finally free.